Welcome to Passion Travel. Join us as we explore fascinating destinations, uncover hidden gems, and embark on unforgettable journeys. Subscribe now and ignite your passion for travel. Pølse med lompe, a classic Norwegian hot dog, served in a soft flatbread with various condiments like mustard. To prepare pølse med lompe, the classic Norwegian hot dog, you'll need the following ingredients. Ingredients for pølse med lompe. Pølse, sausage. Traditional Norwegian sausages, which can be either pork, beef, or a mix of both. You can use any high-quality sausage that suits your preference, e.g., a mild, smoky, or spicy sausage. Lompe, flatbread. Soft flatbread, typically thinner than a pita, that is perfect for wrapping around the sausage. It is similar to a tortilla, but softer and slightly thicker than a crepe. Condiments, optional, based on personal preference. Ketchup, a classic topping for pølse med lompe. Mustard, often used alongside ketchup. Crispy fried onions, a popular topping for added crunch and flavor. Remoulade, a creamy, tangy sauce often used in Scandinavian cuisine. Sauerkraut, pickled cabbage for an extra tangy flavor, optional. Pickles, for a sour crunch, adding slices of pickles is common. Optional toppings. Roasted onions, adds extra flavor and texture. Lettuce or other fresh greens for a crunchy element. Steps for preparing pølse med lompe. Cook the sausage, grill, boil, or pan-fry the sausage until it is cooked through and lightly browned, depending on your preference for texture. Warm the lompe, heat the flatbread in a pan or microwave it for a few seconds until soft and warm. Assemble, place the cooked sausage in the warm lompe flatbread. Add toppings, add any combination of ketchup, mustard, crispy onions, or other condiments to taste. Roll and serve, wrap the lompe around the sausage, and it's ready to enjoy. Kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs made from minced meat, beef, served with gravy, and often with potatoes and vegetables. Kjøttkaker is a beloved traditional Norwegian dish, consisting of meatballs made from minced meat, typically beef, sometimes mixed with pork, and seasoned with a variety of spices. These meatballs are often served in a rich, flavorful gravy along with boiled potatoes and vegetables. It's a hearty, comforting meal that has been a staple in Norwegian homes for generations. Here's how you can prepare Kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs, at home. Ingredients for Kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs. For the meatballs: 500 g ground beef, or a mixture of beef and pork. 1 small onion, finely chopped. 1 egg. Half a cup breadcrumbs. Half a cup milk, for soaking the breadcrumbs. 1 teaspoon salt. 1/2 tsp black pepper. 1/2 tsp ground nutmeg, optional, but traditional. 1/2 tsp ground ginger, optional. 1 tablespoon butter, for frying. For the gravy: 2 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. 2 cups beef or vegetable broth. Half a cup heavy cream, optional, for a richer gravy. Salt and pepper to taste. 1 tablespoon soy sauce, optional, for added depth of flavor. For serving: boiled potatoes. Steamed vegetables, peas, carrots, cabbage, etc. Instructions. Prepare the meatballs. In a small bowl, soak the breadcrumbs in milk for a few minutes until they are softened. In a large mixing bowl, combine the ground meat, finely chopped onion, egg, soaked breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and ginger. Mix everything together until the mixture is well combined and slightly sticky. Shape the mixture into meatballs about the size of a golf ball, or a bit smaller if preferred. Cook the meatballs. Heat the butter in a large frying pan over medium heat. Once the butter is hot and bubbly, add the meatballs in batches. Be careful not to overcrowd the pan. Fry the meatballs for 6 to 8 minutes per batch, turning them occasionally until they are evenly browned on all sides and fully cooked through. Remove the meatballs and set them aside. Make the gravy. In the same pan, add the remaining butter and let it melt over medium heat. Add the flour and whisk it together with the butter to form a smooth roux paste. Cook this mixture for 1 to 2 minutes to remove the raw flour taste. Gradually pour in the broth while continuing to whisk to avoid lumps. Once all the broth is added, let the gravy simmer and thicken for about 3 to 5 minutes. Stir in the heavy cream if you're using it, and season the gravy with salt, pepper, and soy sauce for added depth. Combine meatballs and gravy. Add the cooked meatballs back into the pan with the gravy. Let them simmer in the gravy for about 5 minutes to ensure the meatballs are heated through and have absorbed some of the flavor. Serve. Serve the Kjøttkaker hot with boiled potatoes and a side of steamed vegetables like peas, carrots, or cabbage. Grilled fish, freshly grilled salmon or cod, often served in a bun or with side dishes. Grilled fish is a popular and simple dish, especially in regions like Norway, where fresh fish, such as salmon, cod, and mackerel, is abundant. Grilling fish enhances its natural flavors and provides a smoky, crispy exterior while keeping the inside tender and juicy. Here's a basic recipe to prepare grilled fish, Norwegian style. Ingredients for grilled fish. 2 whole fish, salmon, cod, or mackerel are excellent choices. You can also use fish fillets. If using whole fish, clean and gut the fish, leaving the head and tail intact. For fillets, ensure they have the skin on for better grilling. 2 tablespoons olive oil or melted butter. 1 lemon, sliced into wedges, for serving. Fresh herbs, parsley, dill or thyme, optional. 1 to 2 cloves garlic, minced, optional. Salt and pepper, to taste. Lemon zest, optional, for added citrus flavor. For marinade, optional. 2 tablespoons olive oil. 1 tablespoon lemon juice. 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard, optional. 1 teaspoon dried herbs, such as thyme, rosemary, or dill. Salt and pepper to taste. Instructions. Prepare the fish. If using whole fish, clean and gut the fish, then rinse it under cold water. Pat dry with paper towels. If using fillets, rinse the fillets and pat dry. If you want to add flavor, you can make a marinade by combining olive oil, lemon juice, Dijon mustard, herbs, salt, and pepper. Coat the fish with the marinade and let it sit in the refrigerator for 15 to 30 minutes, optional, but adds flavor. Preheat the grill. Preheat your grill to medium-high heat, about 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. If using a gas or charcoal grill, brush the grill grates with oil to prevent sticking. Grill the fish. Brush the fish with olive oil or melted butter and season it with salt, pepper, and minced garlic, if using. For whole fish, place the fish directly on the grill. Grill for 6 to 8 minutes on each side, depending on the size of the fish, until the skin is crispy and the fish is cooked through. You can check for doneness by inserting a fork into the thickest part of the fish. The flesh should be opaque and easily flake apart. For fish fillets, place the fish skin side down on the grill. Grill for 4 to 5 minutes on each side, or until the fish easily flakes with a fork. Be careful not to overcook. Serve. Once the fish is done, remove it from the grill and let it rest for a minute. Serve with lemon wedges on the side and sprinkle with fresh herbs like dill or parsley. If you prefer, drizzle some extra olive oil or melted butter over the fish for added flavor. Risengrynsgrøt, rice porridge, a comforting dish that can be served sweet with cinnamon and sugar or savory. Risengrynsgrøt is a traditional Norwegian rice porridge, often eaten for breakfast or as a comforting dish during the cold winter months. It's made with simple ingredients like rice, milk, and sugar, and is typically served with cinnamon and sugar or a dollop of butter. Sometimes, it's also served with a hidden almond inside, and the person who finds it in their bowl is said to have good luck for the year. Here's a recipe to make Risengrynsgrøt. Ingredients: 1 cup short grain rice, preferably pudding rice, also known as risengryns in Norway. 4 cups whole milk, or a mix of milk and water, depending on preference. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1 tablespoon butter, optional, for added richness. Sugar, to taste, usually 1 to 2 teaspoons per bowl when serving. Cinnamon, to taste, usually sprinkled on top when serving. Optional. 1 whole almond, for the traditional Norwegian almond game, where the person who finds it in their bowl gets a prize or good luck for the year. Instructions. Cook the rice. Rinse the rice under cold water to remove excess starch. In a large saucepan, add the rice, salt, and 2 cups of water, or milk, if you prefer to cook it all in milk from the start. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat to low and simmer, stirring occasionally until the rice absorbs most of the water. This should take about 10 minutes. Add the milk. Gradually add the remaining 2 cups of milk to the cooked rice, stirring occasionally. Bring it to a simmer over medium heat. Be sure to keep an eye on the pot to prevent the milk from boiling over. Let it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until the rice is soft and the porridge has thickened. Stir frequently to prevent the rice from sticking to the bottom of the pan. Add butter, optional. Once the porridge is cooked and creamy, stir in the butter for extra richness and flavor. Serve. Spoon the porridge into bowls. If desired, sprinkle with sugar and cinnamon on top. The sugar and cinnamon can be adjusted based on personal preference. If you're playing the traditional game, Kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs made from minced meat, beef, served with gravy, and often with potatoes and vegetables. Kjøttkaker is a beloved traditional Norwegian dish consisting of meatballs made from minced meat, typically beef, sometimes mixed with pork, and seasoned with a variety of spices. These meatballs are often served in a rich, flavorful gravy along with boiled potatoes and vegetables. It's a hearty, comforting meal that has been a staple in Norwegian homes for generations. Here's how you can prepare Kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs, at home. Ingredients for Kjøttkaker, Norwegian meatballs. For the meatballs: 500 g ground beef, or a mixture of beef and pork. 1 small onion, finely chopped. 1 egg. Half a cup breadcrumbs. Half a cup milk, for soaking the breadcrumbs. 1 teaspoon salt. 1/2 tsp black pepper. 1/2 tsp ground nutmeg, optional, but traditional. 1/2 tsp ground ginger, optional. 1 tablespoon butter, for frying. For the gravy: 2 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. 2 cups beef or vegetable broth. Half a cup heavy cream, optional, for a richer gravy. Salt and pepper to taste. 1 tablespoon soy sauce, optional, for added depth of flavor. For serving: boiled potatoes. Steamed vegetables, peas, carrots, cabbage, etc. Instructions. Prepare the meatballs. In a small bowl, soak the breadcrumbs in milk for a few minutes until they are softened. In a large mixing bowl, combine the ground meat, finely chopped onion, egg, soaked breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and ginger. Mix everything together until the mixture is well combined and slightly sticky. Shape the mixture into meatballs about the size of a golf ball, or a bit smaller if preferred. Cook the meatballs. Heat the butter in a large frying pan over medium heat. Once the butter is hot and bubbly, add the meatballs in batches. Be careful not to overcrowd the pan. Fry the meatballs for 6 to 8 minutes per batch, turning them occasionally until they are evenly browned on all sides and fully cooked through. Remove the meatballs and set them aside. Make the gravy. In the same pan, add the remaining butter and let it melt over medium heat. Add the flour and whisk it together with the butter to form a smooth roux paste. Cook this mixture for 1 to 2 minutes to remove the raw flour taste. Gradually pour in the broth while continuing to whisk to avoid lumps. Once all the broth is added, let the gravy simmer and thicken for about 3 to 5 minutes. Stir in the heavy cream if you're using it, and season the gravy with salt, pepper, and soy sauce for added depth. Combine meatballs and gravy. Add the cooked meatballs back into the pan with the gravy. Let them simmer in the gravy for about 5 minutes to ensure the meatballs are heated through and have absorbed some of the flavor. Serve. Serve the Kjøttkaker hot with boiled potatoes and a side of steamed vegetables like peas, carrots, or cabbage. Vafler, waffles, Norwegian waffles, typically heart-shaped and served with jam, brown cheese, brunost, or whipped cream. Vafler, Norwegian waffles, are a beloved treat in Norway, typically enjoyed during afternoon coffee breaks or on special occasions. They are light, fluffy, and slightly crisp on the edges, often served with toppings like jam, sour cream, or fresh berries. Norwegian waffles are distinct from Belgian waffles in that they are thinner and usually made in heart-shaped or square patterns. Here's a simple recipe to make delicious Vafler at home. Ingredients for Norwegian Vafler: 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, optional, depending on how sweet you want the waffles, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla extract, optional, for flavor, 2 large eggs, 1½ cups milk, or a mix of milk and water for a lighter waffle, ½ a cup melted butter, or vegetable oil, 1/2 teaspoon ground cardamom, optional, but adds a traditional flavor, 1 tablespoon of sugar, optional for a touch of sweetness. Optional toppings: sour cream or whipped cream, strawberry jam or raspberry jam, fresh berries, blueberries, strawberries, etc. Powdered sugar for dusting, honey or maple syrup. Instructions: prepare the waffle batter. In a medium-sized bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and cardamom, if using. In another bowl, whisk the eggs and then add the milk and melted butter. If you want a little extra flavor, you can add vanilla extract at this stage. Gradually add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients while whisking until the batter is smooth and well combined. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Preheat the waffle iron. Preheat your waffle iron according to the manufacturer's instructions. Lightly grease the waffle iron with some butter or oil to prevent sticking. Cook the waffles. Once the waffle iron is hot, pour a small amount of batter onto the center of the iron, making sure not to overfill. Close the waffle iron and cook the waffles for about 2 to 4 minutes, or until they are golden brown and crisp on the edges. The cooking time will vary depending on your waffle iron. Carefully remove the waffles and place them on a cooling rack to keep them crispy. Serve. Serve the waffles warm with your favorite toppings like jam, sour cream, fresh berries, or a dusting of powdered sugar. Norwegian pancakes, pannekake, thin pancakes often served with jam, sugar, or sour cream, much like crepes. To prepare traditional Norwegian pancakes, known as pannekaker, you will need the following ingredients. Ingredients: 1 cup all-purpose flour, 2 cups milk, you can use whole milk or a dairy alternative, 2 large eggs, 1 tablespoon sugar, optional, depending on sweetness preference, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons butter, melted, plus extra for cooking, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, optional, for extra flavor. Preparation: mix the dry ingredients. In a bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, if using, and salt. Add wet ingredients. In another bowl, whisk the eggs and milk together. Then, slowly add the wet mixture to the dry ingredients while continuously whisking to avoid lumps. Add melted butter, stir in the melted butter and vanilla extract, if using, to the batter. Mix well until the batter is smooth and free of lumps. Let the batter rest, allow the batter to sit for about 15 to 30 minutes. This will help the pancakes become lighter and fluffier. Cook the pancakes. Heat a non-stick skillet or frying pan over medium heat. Add a small amount of butter to the pan and swirl it around to coat the surface. Pour a small ladle of batter into the skillet, tilting the pan to spread the batter into a thin, even layer. Cook for about 1 to 2 minutes until the edges start to lift and the underside is golden brown. Flip the pancake and cook for another 1 minute on the other side. Serve. Stack the pancakes on a plate and keep them warm while you cook the remaining pancakes. Serving suggestions: Norwegian pancakes are typically served with sugar and lemon, a classic combination. Fresh berries or jam. Whipped cream. Brown cheese, brunost, for a more traditional taste. A drizzle of syrup or honey, optional. Kjempe Burger, a large, hearty Norwegian-style burger, made with locally sourced beef, served in a fresh bun. A Kjempe Burger is a large, hearty burger typically enjoyed in Norway, often made with thick patties and loaded with toppings. The name Kjempe means giant in Norwegian, so a Kjempe Burger is essentially a giant or oversized burger. Here's how to prepare a Kjempe Burger with a deliciously large patty and classic toppings. Ingredients. For the burger patty: 1 pound, 450 g, ground beef, use a mix of lean and fatty cuts for a juicy burger. 1/2 tsp salt. 1/4 tsp black pepper. 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, optional, for extra flavor. 1 tablespoon Dijon mustard, optional. 1/2 onion, finely chopped, optional, for extra flavor. 1/2 tsp garlic powder, optional. For the burger. For large hamburger buns, preferably toasted. Lettuce leaves, for layering. 2 large tomatoes, sliced. For slices of cheddar cheese, or your preferred cheese. Pickles, sliced. Ketchup. Mustard. Mayonnaise. Onion rings, optional, for extra crunch. Bacon strips, optional, for added flavor. Preparation. Prepare the burger patties. In a large mixing bowl, combine the ground beef with the salt, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, mustard, and garlic powder. If you like, you can add finely chopped onions to the mixture for extra flavor. Mix the ingredients gently without overworking the meat. Divide the meat into 4 equal portions, or more if you want even bigger patties, and shape each portion into a large, thick patty. Make a small indentation in the center of each patty with your thumb to prevent it from puffing up during cooking. Cook the burger patties. Heat a grill or skillet over medium-high heat. Once hot, cook the patties for about 5 to 7 minutes per side for medium doneness, or longer, depending on your desired level of doneness. In the last minute of cooking, place a slice of cheese on each patty to melt. Prepare the burger buns. While the patties are cooking, slice the buns and toast them lightly on the grill or in a toaster for extra texture and flavor. Assemble the Kjempe Burger. On the bottom half of each toasted bun, place a layer of lettuce. Add a burger patty with melted cheese on top. Layer on tomato slices, pickles, and any other desired toppings like bacon or onion rings. Spread ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise on the top bun. Place the top bun on the assembled ingredients to finish the burger. Serve. Serve your Kjempe Burger with a side of crispy fries, onion rings, or a fresh salad.